But they do have so different flaws when it comes to their personalities, or you don't agree?
Yeah, of course, we're all flawed. We all have our flaws. It's what you can live with. It's not what you cannot live without, it's what you can live with. That's more important.
So as you said earlier that women or men at different age groups have so many different problems with regards to their partners. So how do I know that if I think this is the right person for me now, that he would be the right person for me 5 years from now?
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Because every age group has their own needs. So for example, when you're 16, you just want a nice, cool guy to show off in front of your friends and who'll bring you flowers and gifts. When you're 20, you want someone who's willing to commit, who's very attentive and loving. When you're 25 or 30 getting married, you want a reliable partner, someone who's emotionally reliable, someone who's financially reliable, and someone who's a good father. Later on, when you're like 35 or older, you need more of a partner, of a companion, of a friend, someone that you can really talk to. And that becomes your most important need. And then someone who does not cave in when there are problems. Because at that time you would have kids and they would have issues at school and financial pressures. It's pressure everywhere. So if you don't have a partner who is strong enough to face that, he's going to get depressed and you're going to be on your own completely. So that's a different need that you don't realize until later on. When you're 50, you want someone to see you as pretty and as beautiful, regardless of how many wrinkles you have on your face. So your needs are different.
So we're making it harder for girls to choose.
Well, that's the thing. That's a very wrong concept. You don't choose a marriage partner as if it's forever, because forever is a very elusive word. You never know who's going to get married to who and who's going to die in whose arms. You just don't know. You do your best to choose the right person for you right now, according to your knowledge and information and self-awareness of now. What's going to happen later on, you never know. It's just like getting on a train. You meet on the stop, you get on the train, you start talking. You don't know if you're going to continue till the final destination together or someone is going to get off. You don't know.
But you need the sense of security in a marriage.
Security comes from within, from you knowing and understanding and believing that no matter what happens, you will be okay. It comes from within. He could die. How can you guarantee that? She could die. How can you guarantee that? You could have a kid with special needs. How can you guarantee that he's going to be there? There are no guarantees at all. You just do your best. You try to read the writing on the wall. That's what I tell people. They just play blind. They pretend that they don't see it. It's there. As long as you look around you and you see it and you know what you're talking about, then go for it.
So Marwa, you've compiled all your ideas and all your publishings and writings in an audiobook. So how did this idea come about?
Okay, my writings. From March 2005 until December 2007, they have been, all of them, published in magazines, and then they have been posted on my blog, and then they have been compiled in a book. It's called The Poison Tree, Planted and Grown in Egypt, and this book is for free download on my website. So that was phase one. And then phase two, I decided that I want to cater to a different audience. What if someone doesn't like reading? What if someone is on the move all the time? So I recorded the whole book, me doing all the narration, track by track. It's about 55 tracks. And when I first listened to it, it sounded so boring. It's like listening to me talk, blabber on and on and on. It was so boring. So I approached some friends of mine who are musicians and artists. There is Karim Naguib, he's a singer and a composer. There is Amr Khalid, he is the vocalist and the guitarist of Bad Apple band. There is Juliet Anarino from Canada, and there is Lisa Portal from the UK. And they sent me their music. And I've integrated the songs and the music into the talking.
Wow.
So it's like a very intense experience. Like, okay, Marwa is angry. She sounds angry. Her words is angry. And this music is so angry. So that's how it's put. And it's very interesting to have all those artists working together.
And you can download it from your own website.
Currently, it's not online yet. I'm finalizing the editing with Karim. And once that's happening, it will be for free download also on my website. I'm looking for sponsors, by the way, but it's for free download on the website.
So Marwa, that is about your abusive publishers campaign.
Ah, okay. When I was telling you about my book, I told you that it was on magazines, and then it was on the blog, and then it was a book. And then I told you that I put it for free download on the website. Before the free download, there was an actual book, paper, printed book. And then I had a problem with my publisher because we were supposed to print the 3rd edition, and he like postponed it for 6 months, and all the bookstores were calling me, where are your books? And I decided, okay, I'm just going to put it online. I've had it. When I did that, I found other authors. They're contacting me on Facebook, and they're telling me that they are having problems with their publishers. They either charge money, which is extremely cheap. No decent publisher would take money from a writer. And other than this, distribution. Cairo is one part of Egypt. So distributing in 5 or 6 bookstores in Cairo is not distribution.
Definitely.
So you need to cover all of Egypt. I have audience in Asyut who were dying to have my book and they couldn't have it. I have audience in Mansoura who could not have it. So Cairo is not the thing. So there is issues with distribution, and then marketing. Now once there is a book out there is a marketing role to create this book and turn it into a bestseller. So to turn the book into a bestseller, you need to host TV shows, to talk about the author, to have book signing events, to write in magazines and newspapers about it. Just create a buzz. Tell people that there is a writer and a book. And that's another drawback of publishers. And then they tell you they're going to give you 10% of the sales, and then you see nothing, and then they tell you it's not selling. It's a huge thing.
Yes.
So I've decided to go against all of that, and I've launched on my website, there's a link called Free Books, where I publish books, newly published books for free. So I take the book from the author, and I put it online for free download for everybody to read. And then I market them as much as I can, and currently I'm trying to get them sponsors because I want my authors to make money as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Marwa. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.